Get ready for some students to step up and challenge Charlie Kirk in response to his bashing of the university system and a specific college as well. Everybody, this is going to be a great video. I know you're going to like it. As you know, Charlie Kirk has a razor-sharp wit, and it is rarely matched. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to get right into it. But first, everybody, do me a big favor here. Like our video, share it around, and if you are new, yes, subscribe to the Resistance Mainstream YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you guys this great, hard-hitting content. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much, and welcome back. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian. Let's get into the show.
There we go. All right. Raiders, there you go.
Yeah.
Go Raiders!
Hi, Charlie. I just want to say hi. I'm Ed. One of my friends is actually the vice president of the Turning Point USA Club or whatever in Fresno State. That's where I come from. So, yeah. But she's super jealous that I'm talking to you and she's not. But anyways, the thing that I was going to disagree with you on is that you've been going on college campuses and your stance is that college is a scam. I disagree with that. But I want to debate and exchange and stuff. What's your definition? How would you define scam, and what do you think the purpose of college should be?
Yeah, I mean, there should probably be an asterisk. There's obviously exceptions to that. But let me just ask the audience a question once the airplane kindly removes itself from our event.
What does your T-shirt say, by the way?
I am Taylor. This is Taylor Swift. It's a joke. It's like Kim Wexler from Better Call Saul, and she looks like Taylor Swift.
How many of you in the audience are forced to take classes that are a waste of time or wish you would not have to take? So everyone's hand goes up, right? Here is the tragic reality. I'll make 2 points and then I'll let you respond.
Sure.
I'm curious. The second point is that only half of the people in this audience will use their college degree when they find a job, meaning half of college graduates in America get jobs that do not require college degrees in the first place. Basically, all this debt, all this time, not a good investment.
Hello, fellow college graduates. No further comment needed.
Finally, there's an amazing article, and I encourage you to look at it. The new class of millionaires. There are 5,000 new millionaires in the last year that are plumbers, electricians, and welders. And I'm sure you guys want to become millionaires. These are 24-year-olds in Vegas that are making $2 million a year running a plumbing business that never went to college. I'll be shocked.
It was like a trade school, right? Probably.
Yeah, trade school, just technical trade school.
Sure.
And let's be honest. Many of you guys, if you told your parents you were going to become a plumber, they'd say, no, you got to go to college. Am I being right?
Yeah, probably. In most cases. Yeah,
in most cases. I think that's wrong. And what I'm getting at is there are 11 million job openings in this country that pay more than $80,000 a year that do not require a college degree, but require some training.
Yeah.
And so four-year college is largely not benefiting this generation, with some exceptions, doctor, lawyer, engineer, so on and so forth.
No, I understand. No, I actually looked into it is true that there are a lot of job openings and there are a lot of employers out there that have eased their restrictions to not require a college degree. However, the Harvard Business School actually looked into that and they saw that the employers that were looking at an application of somebody with a college degree versus somebody who didn't, even though on the requirements they didn't have a college degree, they still preferred and mostly hired people with college degrees.
Yeah, again, it's just, you got to go back to the overarching statistic is that you guys won't use it. But
you're still economically better by statistics.
Not necessarily. So here's the other question. What do you think is the national graduation rate?
Is it in the high 50s, mid 50s?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that, and I'm sure you guys all know people that drop out of college. So
that was me.
Yeah.
That was me, yeah. So I'm going back to college, but
okay.
Yeah.
And whatever.
One thing I wish Charlie mentioned to this guy just now with this point about how people make more money and are more economically well off if they have a college degree because of this job employer study. Well, I have a question. Does this include people who have equivalent experience levels with a college degree? Because if that's the case, I think that only makes the case that college is a scam because you spend about 4 years at college minimum to get that bachelor's degree. What if you have 4 years of on-the-job experience instead? You think they're not going to prioritize that over a silly degree that means nothing? Those are all things to consider.
Whatever suits your best.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm getting at, is that there's not been nearly enough criticism of college, the institution, from its cost and from the ROI standpoint. Of course, some people benefit from it, but it has largely been a third rail of American life, and that's why I go after the way it is.
I think there's a lot of discussion happening on the costs of college and how egregious it is.
Yeah, but
I mean, I would probably
discussion,
agree.
But not saying it's a scam, and it is. I mean, to be honest, half you guys are being totally ripped off that you're here. It's totally unnecessary. Like, if you guys became plumbers instead, you would make more money 5 years after and have no debt.
Well, the average plumber the median plumber is probably, I think it was like 61.5.
Yeah, it's way higher than that in Clark County right now. Way higher.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's
because there's a shortage.
We're
Now,
talking about like
why,
average, right?
Why
we
is
want to
there?
talk about like the overarching messaging that we want to send to the country. Maybe for something like Nevada, because I know Nevada, a lot of it is hospitality work. A lot of it is not college degree. No, I would agree.
But think about it. Why is it though that we have a shortage of plumbers? It's because we're sending our kids to go study things that don't matter. To go into debt to find jobs that don't exist. So we might not agree on it, just some things to think about. Thank you very much and tell your friend hello.
Thank you. Yeah.
We're going to see a dialogue here right after that's going to be good. A quick final point on the whole college scam debate. They really push kids nowadays to go to college and essentially suggest that nothing else is an option. I remember myself when I was in high school how long ago was that? I guess 10 years ago now. I'm getting old. But yeah, back when I was in high school, they would tell us all the time, guys, you can go to college, even if you think it's not something you should do, it's not feasible, trust us, you can do it. Even if your parents didn't go, you can go. They made it sound like if you didn't go to college, you're somehow doomed or destined to be a failure in life. And that's just such bullshit. I'm tired of hearing it. And it frankly stems from an elitist belief that somehow if you're uneducated, as they call it, that makes you stupid or a failure or poor. And none of which is true. I mean, you just heard Charlie Kirk talk about those billionaire plumbers. So it gives you perspective to think about. And now for another good exchange with Charlie where they talk about colleges once again. And this one's a little different from usual. And I think you guys are going to appreciate it. Check it out.
My question, though, is actually because I don't know if you see this hat I'm holding. It's not one of the MAGA hats you're throwing out. It's a Biola University hat. And I graduated from Biola University in 2018. And I received, in my estimation, a totally incredible education, very Renaissance style classic. I was a member of the Torrey Honors College there. I was student body president. And I saw a clip of you just a few days ago where you said Biola was, I don't know if I'm getting this exactly right.
It has slipped in its stature as a Christian school, for sure.
Okay, because that seems a little more nuanced than the claim you made.
I'll be more.
Yeah, I would love to hear more
I probably
about that.
got a little spicier than I should have. But yes, I'm not a fan of Ed Stetzer. I don't know how much you know about him, but
a little bit.
Yeah, he's the head of their theology department. I don't want to spend everyone's time on this, but I'm glad you had a great experience, and I'll take that into account if I talk about it in the future.
Okay. Well, it was still a lead into a question, and I was just wondering for you, and I don't want people to just make a comment. I didn't want to be that guy. For you though, what are the metrics for you for when you think a university has strayed too far from a university's purpose?
Okay, yeah, so in Biola in particular, I could tell you that many of the students graduating do not believe in the inerrancy of Scripture. They do not believe in the virgin birth. They do not believe in the core tenets of the Christian faith. And so there's a lot of deconstructionism in the last 5 years that have been introduced at Biola. Okay. And so Hillsdale is America's greatest college, in my opinion, because they know what a college is, which is the pursuit of truth, goodness, and beauty. It's not about just going to college and learning whatever you want to learn. It's towards a destination of trying to look at things that point up, not point down or confuse.
Hillsdale College is probably one of the only decent Christian universities left in the country, or universities in general, frankly. I caution everybody here to be very weary when examining some of these Christian schools, especially if you're thinking about sending your child to one. It's just important to keep in mind.
Okay, so that's interesting to me because the honors group that I was a part of, the tagline for the Torrey Honors Institute is the pursuit of goodness, truth, and beauty. And it's a great books program based on Platonic understanding of Scripture and more than that, not only that. And I have two brothers that go there right now. They've been there for 3 years. I don't think your estimation of people denying the virgin birth, abandoning the fundamentals of Christian doctrine or any of that's accurate to the school.
Then I'll have to do better research.
Yeah, so I just felt a little zealous about my alma mater, but
good for
I think
you.
Those are great metrics,
you should defend things you love.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that wraps it up. What do y'all think? I personally enjoyed the dialogue at the end. That was a little different from usual. And, it really speaks to Charlie Kirk's humility, in my opinion, that he was confronted with something. He thought, hey, maybe I need to reassess it. And he had no problem admitting that on a public platform. So I respect that. I really do. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As always, please be sure to comment below. Let us know what you think about the video, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future, and we'll see you again soon. God bless.